When we think of serial killers, the first images that might have flooded your mind, rotating like a stereoscope, were visions of the famous grisly, notorious murderers that permeated news and pop culture. The Bundys, Dahmers, Zodiac killers, and the like. They were far from scenes of the stereotypical, upwards-gazing killer with a furrowed brow and a maniacal smirk. In the 70s and 80s, it infected every aspect of both the city and quiet old suburbia, leaving everyone scared to stay out past dusk. Welcome everyone, but in today's video, we're going to look at on 7 world's youngest serial killers. But before we proceed, if you're new to this channel, remember, go ahead and hit the bell icon to subscribe, so you won't miss the informative videos we will upload in the future. Now get ready and make sure to stay tuned till the end, as we dive right into the video. Number 1. Mary Bell. Mary Bell is considered one of the most infamous killers in United Kingdom history. She was dubbed the Tyneside Strangler based on her strangulation method of killing. Psychiatrists studying her case discovered that she was victim to extensive physical and sexual abuse from an early age and deemed mentally incapable of standing trial. She went under intense rehabilitation. A decade later, she was released and had a daughter. Did you know? Mary is now living her life in anonymity with her daughter, and her current location is unknown. It's rumored that she went back to Tyneside to live there briefly again. She's also stated that the abuse she suffered as a kid is not an excuse for her crimes. Number 2. Jasmine Richardson. Jasmine Richardson was only 12 years old when she killed both her parents and 8-year-old brother. Her parents disapproved of her relationship with 23-year-old Jeremy Steinke, who claimed to be a 300-year-old werewolf. He was held responsible for brainwashing her to commit the heinous crimes. The murders made her one of the youngest serial killers in Canada. Several years later, and she have now been referred to as a poster child for rehabilitation. In May of 2016, her sentence was completed, and she was released with no court restrictions. Therapists believe she is genuine when she says she expresses remorse for her actions. Did you know? Kissy Lancaster was a friend of the couple who was charged as an accessory to murder. The charges were eventually dropped, but she did plead guilty to obstruction and received 1 year of house arrest. Number 3. Craig Price. Craig Price was between the ages of 13 and 15 when he took the lives of 4 innocent victims. Since Craig committed his crimes as a juvenile, under the law he would be released at 21 and his records would be sealed. However, his case became the catalyst that led to changes in Rhode Island state law that allowed juveniles to be tried as adults for serious crimes. Though the new laws couldn't be applied retroactively to him, thanks to violent crimes he committed while behind bars added additional 10 to 25 years. He is still incarcerated. Did you know? Price was sentenced to another 25 years in prison for the stabbing of fellow inmate Joshua Davis. Number 4. Michael Hernandez. Michael Hernandez was 14 years old when he was convicted for the murder of his best friend, Chen Guo, in 2004. The details that led up to the murder are tragic, as are all others on this list. He planned to murder 2 of his friends in the school bathroom under the pretense he wanted to show them something. Martin didn't oblige while Guo was led inside the bathroom and murdered. He was caught later that day when the body was found in the bathroom. Bloodstains were also on Michael's clothing. Did you know? Michael died in prison at 31 years old. The exact details surrounding his death aren't clear, but natural causes due to heart complications played a role. The other student, Martin, who decided to not follow Michael into the bathroom, is a police detective. He offered his condolences to the Guo family when learning of Hernandez's death. Number 5. James Fairweather. James Fairweather had fantasies of becoming a murderer. Even teachers who knew of his ideation didn't believe him until he murdered a 33-year-old man with brain damage due to a car accident. The killing took place in Colchester, Essex. Only 3 months later, he acted again and murdered a 31-year-old Saudi student of the University of Essex. Thankfully, he was apprehended while planning the 3rd murder. He's sentenced to life imprisonment with a term of 27 years at the minimum. Did you know? The murders became the subject of an episode on the CBS reality series Teens Who Kill. Number 6. Alyssa Bustamante. Alyssa Bustamante was just 15 years old when she murdered her 9-year-old neighbor because she thought it would be amazing to try and a fun thrill. Though she was her only victim, it was uncovered that she had dug up multiple graves which police suspected were for her younger brothers. During trial, she showed little remorse for her actions. She pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. She is currently serving a life sentence with the possibility of parole. Did you know? Elizabeth's mother, Patty Press, had understandably disowned her daughter after the killing and called her an evil monster. This murder in particular gained a lot of notoriety because she took the time to document in her diary her emotions prior to and after her killing, describing it as pretty enjoyable. Number 7. Henry Miguel Robinson. Harvey Miguel Robinson was 17 years old when he first raped and then took the lives of 3 women in Allentown, PA. Robinson was caught by police who were in search of a woman who had gone missing, whom he had in his car at the time of the stop. He intended to take her back home to kill her. In 2006, he was sentenced to death despite his efforts to have the sentence eased on the grounds he was a juvenile when he committed his heinous acts. The motion was denied, and he's currently awaiting execution. Did you know? Robinson's father was an emotionally and physically abusive alcoholic who had a history of assault. He, like his son, ended up incarcerated for beating his mistress to death. A common thread we see among many killers is that they tend to come from abusive households. Whether or not we can fully attribute a person's urge to kill toward genetics is still up for debate, but it's widely accepted that a difficult upbringing doesn't help and only serves to enable violent action later in life. That's all for today's video. Feel free to share any helpful information we've missed in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos from our channel. Thanks for watching and see you all soon.